good morning, chickens.
Open the door.
There, like
Okay. There you go. We have a short day in the garden today, so our goal is to get wood chips in the rest of the garden. We've got wood chips in our chicken pen, but today will be the rest of the garden just covering the soil with wood chip. We don't want the soil to be exposed, and hopefully over time as the wood chips break down, it'll put some nutrients back into the soil. Okay, now we've got our bags scattered and we need to cut them open and spread the wood chips evenly. I just want to comment on why we're doing it this way. Usually you would plant and then you would cover with mulch. Generally people do that, but we are not ready for planting just yet. At least not vegetables. Well, not planting, we're not ready for planting with anything, to be honest. It's winter now, and I think the only thing we will plant are the trees. We have some more fruit trees that we want to get in the garden, but right now I think we just want to cover the soil. The ground, think of it as your skin or your body. If we take the skin off, we will get infection and eventually we will die from that infection. So that's why your body will produce a scab to cover the area where skin was taken off. And I think the earth does the same thing. If you look at Mother Nature, she always tries to cover the ground, cover herself. So leaves falling down from trees are meant to stay there, not raked away, unless you put in a compost heap and you replace the leaves with some other form of mulch. But essentially we want to cover the soil. At the moment we have bare ground, and this is going to take away the microbial activity in the soil, and we want to actually encourage those good organisms to live in our soil. And a healthy soil means healthy plants, means we eat healthy food so we can be healthy. So I'm going to put us on another time lapse to show you the unbagging of the mulch. There we go. It's not spread perfectly and evenly, but for now we just wanted to try and cover as much soil as we possibly can. It also means, because we are not planting straight away, we can allow the chickens to also roam in this area. I think it'll be nice for them. Chickens scratch, dig, make a mess. That's what they do. That's what chickens do. So I know that they're going to dig some holes in this area as well. but I'm not too worried about that. We can always rake it evenly again once we are ready for planting. But in the meantime, we're just going to put the chickens to work and let them roam around, find bugs, fertilize the soil, and have fun. Because we are going to put the chickens in this area, we want to protect our olive trees, because chickens will peck at everything. And Craig's just busy putting some leftover fence or wire mesh around the olive trees to make sure we protect them and allow them to become more established before we just let the chickens near them. We will also do the same once we have planted. Just try and fence off the areas where we've planted some herbs and perennials until they are well established before we let the chickens near them. If you bring the chickens in for a day, they probably won't destroy it, but leave them longer and they will start destroying plants. So we want to give them access to it, but controlled access. So for now, we're just going to protect the olive trees. I have an old piece of cabbage which we want to feed to the chickens. I could just chuck it in the pen, but I'm going to make a chicken piñata. I just have to find wire, and I think I'm going to need one of these pigs. And we're just going to string the wire through the cabbage, attach it to this rebar and stick it through the fence. So the cabbage is going to hang down and the chickens will peck at it, and apparently that stimulates them, prevents them from being bored. So let's see if we can do this. Put you guys over here. We'll fold this wire in double, like this. Stick this in through the cabbage. See if we can make a hole through this. Stick this wire through here. And I'm going to take it through there. Oh my skirt. Gracie woke up. Craig's with here at the moment, so she wants a mama. Toe maar liefie. Kyk hier hoendertjies vrou. Toe maar. Kyk hier so. Ja. Oh man, it's not hanging low enough. I can either untie it on this end and stick this rebar in lower, but that's going to be difficult. Two more, Gracie. That's going to be difficult untwisting and retwisting this wire with my bare hands. It's easier to work with a longer wire, so I think I'm going to loosen it here, and then we will hang it a bit lower for the chickens. Redo this, okay?
Yeah.
Let's redo it. Gracie and Mommy can work here and show the people what we are doing. Look, Mommy have to take this wire out. I'll put it.
Mama.
Yes.
Slowly.
Slowly. Mommy is doing it slowly, as slow as I can. Okay.
Yeah.
Mommy will be careful. Got to be careful of this long wire now. Can you hold it for Mommy?
Yeah.
Can you hold it? Okay, hold it tightly. Right?
Yeah. Let's fix it.
We'll fix it, Gracie. We will fix it, my darling. Think we have.
I'll fix it.
I think we fixed it, Gracie. I think we can hang this for the chickens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we try again?
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay, let's try. Go. Okay. Now, Gracie, we have to put the cabbage at a height that the chickens can reach. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe that's a nice height. I think they'll be able to reach that. What do you think? Let's try it at this height. We can always change it if we have to, hey?
This is sharp.
It's very sharp on this one end, so we have to be careful. I couldn't get a shot of the chickens eating the cabbage. They seem to be lying down and resting. So maybe they've just had enough to eat for the day. I don't know. We'll check on them when we come back and see if they've had their treat. Came to close up the chickens and noticed that the carpet on which they are supposed to lay their eggs is quite dirty, and that's because when we built the coop we didn't put in a mechanism that actually closed the nest boxes at night. You want them to be able to lay eggs during the day, but at night time you don't want them to sleep in that same nest box, because they continue to poop while they sleep, and that just dirties the eggs, and it means that they sleep in their own poop, which is disgusting. So I'd rather have them sleep on the bottom level where there's mesh, so if they poop it falls through down to the ground and onto the wood chip. So it also takes care of odor. So now I've got to try and close up the nest boxes for the night, and I have no idea how to do that. I found these buckets though, and I'm thinking maybe if I turn them around so that this end faces the coop, that they won't be able to jump into the nest boxes. So I'm going to try and do that quickly. I didn't film this part, but I tried to stick these planks from the other end to try and prevent them from going into the nest boxes, but I realized that they might still try and jump up, and with these things not being attached with screws, they might fall down, and they won't, I don't think they'll hurt the chicken, but they'll definitely get a fright. and we don't want to really startle them at this stage. We haven't had any eggs, by the way, so I'm not sure if these hens are maybe older than what we thought they are, meaning that they just don't lay eggs regularly anymore, or maybe it's winter and the production has just dropped drastically, or maybe these chickens are duds as far as laying eggs. It's a tight squeeze, but I think it will work. The chickens won't be able to access these buckets from this end. We're closing this up, so I'll show you what it looks like from the other side. Make sure that they can't get in there for the night. This is the front end of the coop, and as you can see, that's what the chickens will see once they're in here. I'm thinking, looking at this now, wondering if I can pull these buckets a little bit back. Otherwise they might sit over here. I'm just going to try and pull this a little bit back. Okay, that's better. I think that'll prevent them from roosting up there for the night. So let's hold thumbs that that's going to work. And now it's time that we put the chickens in the coop. They have enough space to perch, so I'm happy that we got them in safely. Before I leave the site, we could just leave them all together and let them find their own way back in. Just means that the door won't be shut for the night, leaving them vulnerable to predator like a cat. So it's better to, I think, put them up slightly earlier, but make sure that they are completely safe for the night.